Hello students, today we're doing lesson 4.7 on clearing equations of fractions. So this is not a difficult task. We're going to do a lot of distributive property and getting rid of numbers. It's really easy if you are good at finding common denominators and things like that, okay? If you're not, this might give you a little bit of problems. Let's jump right into some examples. Okay, example 1. If I have this problem, 2x plus 5 divided by 3 equals 7, then I have a fraction. Although it does also, you could say I have a division problem. But I want to get rid of that 3. So how do I do that? I'm going to multiply by 3 on both sides. Remember, to keep an equation balanced, you always do the same thing to both sides. So now these two cancel each other out, and all I have left on that side is the 2x plus 5. And then on the other side, I have 7 times 3 is 21. So now I would solve this problem just like I do on all my other problems. I've got minus 5. I get 2x equals 16. I divide by 2, and that means x equals 8. Okay? And I'm going to just check. Okay, they're not asking you to check this, your equations today, so I'm going to leave off the checks for the work. But you can still check this the same way we normally do. Okay, so that's it. That's the way that you would solve one of these types of problems. And in fact, I'm going to do a couple where I want you to, so this is going to be called example 1B. Because I want you to do this one on your own without my help. And then I want you to come back and check with me to see if you did it right. Okay, so let's do x minus 7 divided by 2 equals 10. Okay, so I want you to hit pause and solve that one on your own. Okay, now you should be back. To solve this problem, you should have multiplied by 2 on both sides. That cancels these out. And then I would have x minus 7 on this side and 20 on this side. Then I'm going to add 7, and I get x equals 27. And that's my answer. That's what you should have gotten. That was an easy one-step equation once you got rid of the 2. Okay, let's move on to example 2. Okay, example 2 is going to be, let me change my page here. Okay, x over 4 plus x minus 1/3 equals 3. Okay, this problem, a lot of y'all freak out when you see fractions or say, oh, that's a hard problem and skip it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to find this, how to get rid of those fractions, and then you don't even have to worry about it anymore. Okay, first you're going to find what I would call find common denominator. Okay, we're not going to make it the denominator, but I want you to find it. So here I have a 4 and a 3. So what would be my common denominator for 4 and 3? It would be 12, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply everything by 12, every single thing. So it's going to be like distributive property where I'm multiplying everything, even the other side of the equal sign, by 12. Okay, so when I do this first part, the 12 times x over 4, I'm just going to take it off to the side over here to show you. Now, you don't normally have to do this, but I'm going to show you what I do. So I would say 4 goes into 12 3 times. So that really gets rid of the 4. It's like 12 divided by 4. So it gives me 3, and now I have 3 times x. So I would have, hold on. So I would have 3x. So what I did was I took this and divided by that, and I get 3 up there, right? Okay, now for the next one, when I do 12 times x, that's just 12x. Then I have a minus sign. And now when I do 12 times 1/3, okay, I'm going to do it over here on the side. 12 times 1/3 is I'm going to cancel the 3 and the 12. It's like dividing. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So that gives me 4. And there's no x there. And then I'm going to do my last one, 12 times 3, which is 36. So I multiplied everything by 12. And now do you see what we have left? All we have left are whole numbers. We don't have any more fractions. And now it's an easy problem to do. I add my like terms. 3x plus 12x is 15x. Minus 4 equals 36. Then I'm going to divide by, no, not divide, sorry. I'm going to minus plus 4. Not talking well today. And then I'm going to say I have 15x equals 40. Now I'm going to divide by 15. And so I have 40 divided by 15, which is not a whole number. So I'm going to just reduce that. Well, those can both be divided by 5. So I'd have 8 over 3. So x equals 8 over 3. And that's my answer. Okay. Okay, so I would like you to do one like this. And then this is going to be example 2b. And then we're going to do one more example, and that's going to be it. Okay, 2b, this is going to be on your own. So we're going to have x over 6 minus 3x over 2 equals 16/3. So the first thing you're going to do is try to find what your common denominator would be and then multiply everything by that. Okay, hit pause and work this one out on your own. Okay, I hope everybody actually did this and worked it on your own. You will not be able to get good grades in this class or even pass tests if you are not trying these on your own first and then going over them with me. That's what we would do in class, so you need to do the steps that we would do in class. If you did not do it on your own, hit pause now and go back and do it on your own. Okay, let's go ahead and solve this one. I have a 6, a 2, and a 3 as my denominators. So my common denominator would be 6. So I'm going to multiply everything by 6. Okay, when I multiply this first one, those just cancel each other out, and I have x left. Okay, oops, let me redo this. So I would just have x on that first one. Okay, the second one, my 2 and my 6 would reduce to be 3. So now I have 3 times 3x, which is 9x. Okay, and then on the other side, when I have my 6 and my 3, those reduce to make a 2. And now I have 2 times 16 is 32. Okay, now I can solve this by adding my like terms. These are like terms, so I get negative 8x equals 32. And then I'm going to divide by negative 8. And that gives me x equals negative 4. And that's my answer. So that's what you should have gotten for example 2b. Okay, my next example, example 3, this is the last one we're doing, and it's a little bit different. I try to give you different examples of everything that you'll be seeing. Okay, this one is x plus 2 all over 6 minus x minus 1 all over 3 equals 1/9. Okay, so I'm just looking at the denominators. I just need to look at the 6, the 3, and the 9. So what would be my least common multiple or my common denominator of those 3? Okay, it's going to be 18. So I'm going to multiply everything by 18. So if you've forgotten how to do that, you're going to take your 6's, like multiples of 6's, so 6, 12, 18, 24. Your multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And your multiples of 9, so 9, 18, 27. And then you're going to find the number that they all have in common. Oops, I didn't go far enough on the 3. 18, 18, 18. So now that I have 18 up there, I'm going to multiply 18 times everything inside of here. Okay, so when I do 18 times x plus 2 over 6, the 6 and the 18 will reduce and make a 3. So that means I have 3 times x plus 2. Make sure that you put that x plus 2 in a parentheses because 3 has to be multiplied by all of it. Okay, and then we're going to move on to the next one. So I'm going to do 18 times x minus 1 over 3. So the 3 would cancel with the 18 to make 6, right? So now I have 6 times x minus 1. And then my last one, 1/9 times 18. The 9 and the 18 are going to reduce to 2. And I have 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, now I can solve all of this. So I have more distributive property to do here. So I get 3x plus 6. And then over here, I'm going to do negative 6 times both of these, okay? So negative 6x. And then negative 6 times negative 1 is a positive 6. Now I'm going to add my like terms. So that's going to be negative 3x plus 12, because these are like terms, equals 2. And now I have a regular problem where I'm going to solve it by subtracting 12 from both sides. And then I'm going to divide by negative 3. And I get x equals 10/3, positive 10/3, because it was a negative over a negative. Okay, hopefully you understand this and how to get rid of fractions. And they did not show you how to get rid of decimals in this, but you have some problems with decimals in this. You do not have to get rid of the decimals. There's ways to get rid of the decimals, but it's just giving you some problems with decimals in it. Just use your calculators and you can solve those decimals on your own. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you.